I have chronic back pain, so let's get ready together and chat about it. For as long as I can remember, I've kind of always had back troubles, even going back to like high school and college. It was mainly just when I would get really stressed, maybe for like a big exam, my back would tighten up so bad. But for the most part, it would loosen up on its own. Then fast forward to 2019, I was at the gym with Chris. He was showing me how to do a barbell squat and my back freaked out. The best way to describe it is that my back tightened up and then never relaxed again. And don't get me wrong, I don't think that was like an injury that put it over the edge. Instead, that's just a moment that I remember that I feel like it all really started from. I was also working night shift as a bedside nurse, and that just puts a lot of strain on your back. Every shift after work, I would come home and I would have these massive knots right up here. So Chris would rub them out, try and help relax me. So we got married and things kind of calmed down. I went to go and see a doctor in January of 2021. She referred me to physical therapy. I got some muscle relaxers as well as some very strong painkillers. I did physical therapy for a while, but honestly, it did nothing. I also started seeing a chiropractor at this point, and I got pregnant with our oldest, but I continued to get chiropractor treatments my entire pregnancy. Doing all that, but again, my back was still really bad, and then we decided to move to Dallas about spring of 2022. And when we moved here, I was like, okay, I need to see some doctors. I need to get this figured out. So I actually first started seeing a naturopath because I had someone recommend it to me, and that is actually how I found out that I was gluten, dairy, and egg sensitive. But overall, didn't really help my back in any way. Then started seeing some chiropractors in the area. I started getting monthly massages. I started doing dry needling, acupuncture, just kind of trying to get it from all different angles. And the best way to describe it was that each service helped me in the moment. Then by the next day, it was just as tight as it was the day before. And just to put into perspective how bad it was and still is, I can't pick up heavy objects. There was a time where I could not pick up my daughter. Basic household chores are really hard for me, especially things like laundry. Any movement where my hands are kind of like over my head or reaching forward, total no-go for me. After I had my second daughter, I then started going to the Texas Back Institute. There they did a bunch of imaging, but all my imaging has always come back completely normal. Then they recommended for me to start getting steroid shots in my back, which I was so nervous for because I've just heard some horror stories, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it at this point, might as well. The pain wasn't great, but it wasn't horrible. The only issue with this, because they were putting an actual steroid into my back, I did vomit, which was very unpleasant. Only gave me relief for about 3 days, which I will say is the most that anything else has ever given me. But again, it didn't feel worth it. So recently I started seeing a chiropractor who specializes in upper cervical care. And I've been there for about 2 or 3 months now. And listen, nothing's like crazy different, but I do see slow change in progress. So that is where I am at, unfortunately. No crazy big answers after 4 going on 5 years. But I will say the number one thing that makes my back worse is stress. So I do my best to try and keep my stress as low as possible. You know, being a mother, business owner, all the other things, and I cannot chill out unless I'm gardening, which honestly that's been like one of the best things for my back. If you also have back issues, I'm so sorry. I can 110% relate. So bye.